Hello and welcome to Ton TV, the Greenock Morton weekly update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers. It's been a pretty hectic couple of weeks here at Capello, with back-to-back wins against Dunfermline Athletic and Queen of the South, propelling the Ton up to third in the championship. In the midst of all that, there's been the appointment of a new manager, at least until the end of the season. To look back on those events and look ahead to a very busy festive period, I'm delighted to say that my special guest today is Anton McElhone. Anton, first of all, congratulations on the appointment, very richly deserved. How does it feel?
Yeah, I'm very grateful to the club for trusting us to lead the team, continue the good work that's already been put in place for the last year and a half, which I was part of, and it's a smooth continuation. You know, not a lot of big things change. We just crack on. We continue to do the stuff. I'll work to my strengths and use the strengths of other people around the club. So, really excited to try and get through the Christmas period, try to pick up as many points as possible, and then we see where it takes us in the new year.
Other people around the club, you've mentioned that you've put a strong team behind you. Everybody supports you behind the scenes.
The first thing I asked, obviously, when the manager had decided to leave, was can we get as strong a backroom sort of player coach? You know, that the players can influence the most on the pitch. You know, we want them to be playing as players. You know, they're experienced. They've got 1,500 games between them, but we need that voice in the pitch as well. Because with the staff, with the limited staff that we have at this short period, it was crucial to have them on board, and that was really helpful. But then, obviously, because of the shortfall in staff, like guys like Dave McKinnon have been, listen, you can't do anything without the guy. You know, he's the CEO that does more than anything at any other club. So, a massive thanks to Dave. I tell him every day how much I appreciate his help, his honesty, all the work that he does behind the scenes and stuff. It's a massive thanks, because the club wouldn't be able to do what it does at times without having guys like him around the place. But no, fantastic.
You come in at the deep end. Let's look back at those last couple of games. First of all, Dunfermline away, you know, a lot of people saying a coupon buster, but you wouldn't agree with that, would you?
No, look, we've done okay against them last year. We played 3 games, win, draw, loss, and we always felt that we could do something against them. This season they've been phenomenal. They've had a great start. They're beating Hearts. They're unbeaten. We didn't realise maybe how good the unbeaten run was, but like that, there was no pressure in the guys or myself, because look, we don't know what was going to happen at that point, and it was put the best team together on the day from what I knew of the players, and that wasn't it. You know, it was real tough choices. Marcus, Ross, you know, take these guys out of the team, but again, nothing personal. It was just who can we go ahead, who do you know a little bit more, just to see through the game and day, and like that, the lads got a great win, and then that continued the following week. You can pick the same team pretty much and let that continue. So no, it was really positive.
Always helps when your captain gets a goal, a rare goal. We've got a great celebration on Twitter with him. But
listen, fantastic. Listen, he's a humble guy. He's really honest, trustworthy, and he would sacrifice himself if he could for the team. But it's most important that you can influence the team as best, and that's why having guys in the pitch like the Bryans, the Jims, the Midge, they can influence most in the pitch. You know, that's the most important thing for them. You know, like get in the pitch, play and influence, because it's a lot harder at the sidelines, because you can't really do as much. You know,
a great winner for Guff that day as well.
Listen, it was great, and listen, Guff's trained well. He's a really smashing lad. There's loads of opportunities for him here. He just needs to keep his head down, keep smiling, keep doing what he does, and everything will work well for him.
It was all about momentum then, wasn't it, taking it into the Queen of the South game, and Big Calvin stepping up?
No, listen, as we said, these guys have worked hard for the last 6 months, a year and a half. You know, they're great lads, and like that, it's just you reap what you sow. I said at the weekend, he works hard, he stays extra to do finishing, training, he leads the line, he's brave, he's courageous, he's a damn good football player as well, and the guys trust him. So that's why, you know, he's got his rewards. You know, I think that's 290 minutes as well he's played the last few weeks, so he'll only get better.
Now, post-match, I was with you, you were getting asked about getting up to third in the table. I know it's early days and you don't want to make a deal about that, but it is pretty impressive.
No, listen, it's impressive. I think that's accumulation of the season. You know, it's not just the last 2 weeks. The season as a whole has actually been a really positive season, like last year. You know, that people are maybe underselling. It's a really good, strong squad. We know that, but they just keep punching above and punching above. But listen, we'll go quietly. We'll just listen. We take it. That one's for the fans. They can be happy over Christmas, you know. And you know, I've got 1 or 2 guys like Peter Kelly, lifelong Morton fan, known for a long time. Gavin McIntosh. These guys will be buzzing because it gives them a nice Christmas period. You know, that they can go and they can enjoy seeing the team doing well. But like that, we take one game at a time.
Well, let's speak at the games currently. First of all, Inverness Cali on Boxing Day. Tough.
Listen, really tough. I think if you look at last year, we went up there, really strong team. They've changed the team obviously this year. They've lost a lot of players, similar to us, but we've been able to keep the core. Be a really tough game. They can play. They'll be able to go direct if they need be. With a good result here last year, I think 2-1 win. You know, so again, it'll be very close. They might not fancy it with the pitch and stuff like that, but we'll just keep doing what we do. We'll work our hardest. We'll try and be organised. We'll try and play when we can and try and do the right stuff.
Close results. Ayr United coming up as well. Do we really want what happened last time? Do we want to wait till the last minute to get winners?
Nah, listen, I think Ayr United, they're a really strong team. Again, very similar to Inverness last year. All the games were tough. You know, there was goals in all the games. You know, feeling a bit of a derby and stuff. There's a real crunch to it. You know, the lads are always up for it. I expect nothing less for Mark and his team. They're at home. You've got ex-players, Jackie Baird in that. Listen, it'll be so tight. It'll be so tight. But listen, as long as we're prepared, we do our stuff and concentrate and worry about us, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
This is the game we're in, football. Bill Shankly always said that if you're a footballer, you have your Christmas in June. But, you know, I know for a fact you've got a young family. Is it difficult having to work through this period?
Yeah, listen, it is. Listen, we're normal people at the end of the day. I think the guys that have been in it a long time, you're accustomed to switch off that a little bit and focus. But it is hard because the rest's going on. But like that, and saying that, we've got, you know, players like Rabin who, you know, they don't celebrate Christmas. So again, we've got to cater for everyone and make sure everybody understands it. It's, certain people will celebrate, certain people won't. But we've got to do our job. That's what we get paid for. We've got to come in and take it seriously, as well as look after our wife, our kids, our family, and make sure they're looked after as well. But no, I think it's a lovely time of the year. It brings a lot of positivity and hopefully it brings a little bit of cheer and we can get a few more points.
Well, let's hope so. Festive cheer out in the park, and of course to yourself and your family, Anton. Have a great Christmas. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers. You have a great Christmas as well.